So I have not told this story in like 6 years, so if I get any of the details wrong, whoops. I was in Boy Scouts, and we went to this one camp called Falling Rock, which is a great camp. Love it to death. A lot of really fond memories there growing up. Fun note about Camp Falling Rock, we had a raccoon problem. And not like a regular raccoon problem where they would skitter in and mess with your trash. Oh no, I'm talking one night we woke up at 3 a.m. to see a raccoon slowly dragging my friend Thomas's backpack off into the woods. That's the sort of raccoon problem we had. These guys were stealing everything. One kid had his uniform, his shirt, with all of his stuff on it, stolen by a raccoon. So that's one thing that this camp has going for it. One particular year that we were all going to this raccoon-infested place, I was under the impression that my friend Mitch was going to be in charge that week. We had just got a bunch of new scouts, and I was feeling bad for him because I was like, man, that's got to be a lot of stress and pressure to deal with all these kids who've never been to a summer camp before. I really hate to be in his shoes. Luckily, I was going to be like second in command, basically. I was going to get to help him, but not actually have to bear a lot of responsibility. And that was fine with me. And then I got to the parking lot, right as we're about to leave, and he looks at me and he says, you know, I'm not going to actually, like, be camping with you guys, right? What? Yeah, I thought someone told you. I'm doing, like, a separate program at the camp called Foxfire, like, half the camp away, so you're in charge. Suffice to say, I was not very happy. I was not extremely jazzed about the fact that I was going to be in charge of all these new scouts, their first time going to summer camp. Wasn't overly hype. For good reason. Camp's a lot of fun. Camp is not a lot of fun when you have to manage, like, 6 kids who don't know what the heck they're doing. Okay? So we go to this camp. Overall, it was a lot of fun. Much more stressful than previous years. Alright? Just as an example, here's a picture of me towards the end of the week when I wasn't in charge. Here's a picture the morning we left back in 2015. There's a vital difference between the two. Leadership. So the week had been very stressful. It had been a lot of fun, very productive. People got a lot of merit badges. Good for us, right? I want to get home. All right? The week was fun, but it was also really rainy. And that's something that's key because it makes everything else that happens that much worse. There's mud everywhere. And I wake up probably like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning on the morning we're supposed to leave. Because I was supposed to be like setting the tone and the pace for like, all right, let's get the scouts moving, let's pack things away, and let's get the heck out of here, right? I wake up, I don't shower, I put shampoo in my hair and walk into the rain. I was in that headspace. That's what we're working with here, all right? I was just like, I just want to start packing up while I'm showering, essentially. I just want to go home. I'm tired, I'm wet, I just want to leave, right? Everything starts to get packed up. Other scouts wake up. They start helping me pack stuff away. And eventually, everything's packed away in the cars, including all the scouts and the scout leaders. There's just one thing that we have to do first. We got to get Mitch, and we got to get his box, which is full of his supplies for the week. That's all he had with him. Foxfire, the place where he spent the week, was halfway down Cardiac Hill. Cardiac Hill should be called cardiac slope, really, and it should be a mathematical shape for the most steep, ridiculous angle you can possibly imagine, okay? Very dangerous. So I go to the mess hall, which is where Mitch says, you know, where Mitch is supposed to be. So I show up to the mess hall, and he's chatting up with a couple of, like, the volunteers over the week. We chat, we have fun, we talk for, like, 20 minutes, right? And by this point, he's already told me that Oliver, one of the people who works at the camp, was going to be bringing his box up Cardiac to the mess hall. So we're content to just sit there and wait, right? 20 minutes pass. And it's starting to rain a little bit harder. And still no sign from Oliver. Where the heck is Oliver? We asked the people at the camp to, like, call him. Like, he had a walkie on him. So they try ringing him up. Doesn't work. No answer. So Mitch and I trot back over to the cars and we tell the adult leaders what's going on. We're like, we can't leave because we don't have his luggage. So here's what we'll do. You guys drive down to lower camp where Cardiac Hill spills out. We'll start from up here at the top, walk our way down, and somewhere in between these 2 points, we're going to see Oliver, and we'll grab the box and we'll just meet you down at the bottom. Seemed like a good idea at the time. So the adults take the cars full of scouts and all the luggage, and they drive down to lower camp, and they're waiting. Mitch and I start jogging. Not by choice, but it is so slick and so steep that we can't really stop. So we're just sort of flailing down a mountainside, right? We get down to where Foxfire is. When Mitch got back after looking through the entire camp of Foxfire, he said he didn't find anything. There was some scruffy, stumpy little scout with a black mask over his eyes. Was no help at all. Didn't even say anything. Loser. No sign of Oliver. Where the heck is Oliver? Where the heck is Mitch's box? We don't know. So we keep going down. We get all the way back down to the bottom, walk around the lake, which there's a path that leads to, like, the road where the cars are able to park. And we run all the way up to this gate, and the adults see us coming with no box, and they're like, what happened? What's going on? And we're like, we don't know. We can't find Oliver, and we can't find his box. And they take out walkie-talkies, and they give them to us. And by this point, I am so freaking miserable. I am soaked. I am frustrated, and now we were going to be early, and now we're late. They give us walkies, and we had noticed on the way down, we saw a car parked at the bottom of Cardiac Hill, which Mitch thought was Oliver. So we're like, okay, I guess we'll check the car. Maybe he left it in there. We don't know why. Maybe he just couldn't contact anyone. We didn't know what was going on. We run back to the base of Cardiac Hill, we get to the car, and we look inside. It happened to be unlocked. The trunk, specifically. So, Mitch and I, together, we open up the back. There's nothing there. Where is Oliver? We have no idea where he is. No one at the camp knows where this guy is. And the walkies that they gave us to get in contact with them, to keep them updated about what was going on, those started to not work. I kid you not. I don't know what it is with the signal there. I don't know what it is. But those walkie-talkies, we weren't even that far from them, and they still didn't work. They could have shouted to us across the lake, and it would have been more efficient than what ended up happening. Where is Oliver? So we're waiting by the car. And sure enough, after a little while, who should come down Cardiac Hill but Oliver, carrying nothing. He wasn't carrying anything. He did not have the box. Where the heck is the box, Oliver? He said I put it on a trailer that was going up Cardiac Hill. We tromp back over to the adults, hand them their defunct walkies, and cram ourselves wet and miserable into the back of those cars in order to drive up to get the stupid thing. We get to the main, the headquarters where all the staff work and, the office, and finally just grab the box from there. I was silent, alright? There are very few times in my life where I have got so seething that I just have nothing. It's just silence. I grabbed the box and I threw it into the back of the car and I slammed the trunk, and I look at Mitch And Mitch just says, "I'm so sorry." We load in the car. I pass out. I've never been more exhausted in the morning. I had only been awake for a couple hours and I was exhausted. Through all this process, I don't ever think I actually met Oliver. I think he commented on the first attempt that I made to record this story, which I appreciate. And if he does again, that'd be magnificent. What a time. I wonder if that raccoon still has that uniform. And he just like stands in formation outside the mess hall in the mornings for flag raising, just so he can go inside and get food. They still haven't caught him. He's out there somewhere.